Okay, so we're going to go over, what did I say, push-ups, squats, lunges, and a burpee / body drop, okay? And just really hone in on that technique. So, starting with a push-up. So, whenever you start a push-up, go on the ground. This is the easiest way. Have your hands under your shoulders, okay, and your neck should be long. You should be able to look up. We want a nice neutral spine, so you shouldn't be doing this. You should be able to have your gaze just looking just in front of you, okay, shoulders back, and you want to roll back slightly because we want to be, we want our back to be engaging as well, okay? If we're really over and forward, we're going to start to do some real damage to our shoulders, okay? So from here, you're driving up, pushing the ground away, coming back down, and your hands again should be in that position. Your gaze should be just in front of you, coming up, and we're nice and straight, okay? And you can actually lock your elbows out, and that will activate down the lats a little bit more. Coming down and pushing up. So for people with shoulder issues, they shouldn't really be doing push-ups on the ground at all, or people that haven't had much conditioning around their back, chest or shoulders, because as soon as we go down, they tend to do all sorts of things that are really putting their shoulders into dangerous positions. So for me, I have a relatively bad shoulder from years of doing push-ups quite badly. So I'm basically relearning how to do them myself, and we're going up. So that's really hard for me because my back isn't actually engaging how it should, but we're getting there. So even the ground push-ups are quite challenging, but you want to get as close to the ground as you can without it feeling like you're starting to roll forward. From here, this is beginner level. You want to go knees on the ground, and it's the same thing. Hands should be under shoulders when you get to this point. Okay, keeping nice and long gaze forward. And this is actually really good for engaging more lats and more of your back. Okay, so this is the beginner stage, and you shouldn't really be pushing it much further from here until you're strong enough to control the whole movement up and down. So back in the day, we used to be able to teach clients, and we still do sometimes, that they can actually do this when they really can't put much weight down. But you know, the more you look into that and the more stuff that comes out about shoulders, we need to be really careful of that. So if you are absolute beginner, you want to actually get a wall, lean into the wall and do the same movement on the wall rather than on the ground like that. But a bench is going to be your friend. Next one is squats. So the depth that you get will depend on you, okay? So you want to be making sure that your feet are slightly out. However, that does depend. You can actually look at how you walk. If you're very straight with your walking, then you're probably going to be okay to be pretty straight with your squat stance. But we want to make sure that our feet are kind of just under our shoulders, okay? So under our shoulder, about our shoulder width. So a bit further apart than our hips. And from here, we're going to be pushing our bum back so that we're not coming forward, but pushing our bum back and keeping our chest high. It's always good to have your hands up or out or back here. And then driving through the heels, which is engaging our hamstrings and our glutes. So the best way to practice your squats well before you do it like that is on a bench. Get your stance right again, looking up, chest up, and you'll come right down, sit on the bench, drive through the heels, and stand back up. And when you're at the top, engage the tummy muscles like a zip, and squeeze the glutes. And back again, you'll go right down, drive through the heels, and come up. So until you're pretty comfortable doing this, and you can control it right down, so it shouldn't look like here and then drop it, there's no control there. Until you can control it right down, that's when you'll move away from the bench and you can do it without the bench, okay? So driving through the heels, knees should not be tracking over toes, and you should be driving through those heels on the way down and the way up. A lunge shouldn't be done until you are good with your squats. From here, go back. Okay, backwards lunges are always a good one to start with. Drop the knee down, and we should be 90 in this leg and 90 in this leg. Your chest should be high, and you should be zipping up your tummy muscles. From here, you come back up, touch. It should be a very gentle, fluent movement. Down, knees almost on the ground, not quite touching. Again, 90, so similar with squats, my knees shouldn't be tracking further over my toe. Okay, like you're stepping back over a big puddle and dropping down. Body drop or burpee, you're going to go down, nicely stretch through the hamstrings, throw the legs out, and you're back in that push-up position. Hands under shoulders. From here, we're pushing up, jump forward, gently jump forward, where your feet almost meet your hands, they're just behind them. And then we're standing up and straightening our hips. So again, down, hands under shoulders, coming up, and it may look like this to start with, coming up to here, first for you, then go to here, jumping forward and standing up. One more time, down, up, and standing up. So the main one, probably the hardest out of all of them, will be the push-ups. Really nailing those push-ups and making sure our hands are in the right place.